the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery captured national attention last year, a superintendent in Maryland's public school system issued a simple yet electrifying statement. There is no denying that police brutality and racism exist in our country, Dr. Andrea Kane wrote in June of 2020. Racism is alive in our country, our state, in Queen Anne's County, and our schools. The statement first elicited an overwhelming amount of support and gratitude for Dr. Kane, Queen Anne's County Public Schools' first Black superintendent. But the backlash Dr. Kane has received in the year that followed has been nothing short of insurmountable. Angry white parents launched a full-blown crusade to have her fired as superintendent, which has featured racist hate mail, online harassment, and Dr. Kane's decision to move out of the county due to safety concerns. In June, 1 year after she penned the letter, Dr. Kane announced she was stepping down as superintendent. Joining us now is Dr. Andrea Kane, who is now a professor of practice at the University of Pennsylvania's Graduate School of Education, where she is training the next generation of superintendents. So Dr. Kane, just walk us through what this was like for you after you wrote this letter.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. It was the most challenging thing that I have ever been through in my 30 years in public education. I have had a lot of successes throughout my career, but, and honestly, I had a lot of successes in Queen Anne's County as a superintendent in Queen Anne's County, a lot of firsts. First African American history course, the first national blue ribbon school. We have all of the schools as certified green schools as far as environmental education is concerned. We certainly score within the top on the Eastern Shore in accountability for standardized assessments. We are #1 in the state for graduation rates. Lots and lots of accomplishments, some first-time accomplishments, but it seemed to not matter at all when I made the statement that I made. And of course, I sent home a communication to parents and the community, as I always did on a regular basis, giving them some updates. But at the time, George Floyd had just been killed. There were a lot of things going on publicly in the United States, and it was part of my responsibility to address it. And I addressed it in the sense of, what are we going to tell our children about the images that they see on television? The lack of respect for Black lives. What are we going to say to our children, the next generation? And from that point, it infuriated a couple of people, particularly one in the community, and that person rallied many others behind her so that they could put pressure on me. The other part of the story is that I was going to allow students to have conversations about race. So that was a second blow to this group, and students from all over the state, all over the country are having conversations about race. It's not as if that was something novel or taboo, except for in Queen Anne's County, where they believe that where some people believe that there is no racism, but there absolutely is racism. And my role as a school leader is to address how we talk to our children about it. And it was not well received.
Why do you believe that your statement and your decision to allow students to talk about race hit such a third rail in your community and your school system?
That county is a very, very conservative county. And I think that the person who really rallied, blew the rally cry was really looking for a political platform. And that person has a political platform right now. And I think that she believed that would further her cause, because there is absolutely no denying there's racism in the United States, in Maryland, in Queen Anne's County and thusly in Queen Anne's County schools. So I think that it hit such a sour note with that person because of some experiences she had in another country, born and raised in Yugoslavia. But Yugoslavia is a far cry from Queen Anne's County and certainly not the same issues going on. So that was a jump off point for her to form a platform for herself, really.
You were forced to move out of your home because of all this. What went into that decision?
What went into that decision is all of the hate that I was receiving, hate email, there were social media posts. It's a small county, small rural county. There's about 6-7% African Americans in the county and thusly in the schools. And I am recognizable. So for all of the hate that was out there, I don't know who people are. They know who I am. And so I was a target. And I was not safe. I did not feel comfortable. I explained that to my school board, and they suggested that I go to the local police. But the local police had a high ranking person that was part of the social media group that wanted me gone and was responsible for such vitriol. I mean, such nastiness and racism. I did not feel comfortable going to the local law enforcement. Not that the
Wow.
local law enforcement in general is bad. I'm not saying that, but I certainly was not comfortable looking to them for support when, in fact, a high ranking
Hmm.
member was a part of the
Right,
social media group that was ousting me.
right. Dr. Andrea Kane, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story tonight. I really appreciate it.